Morning, Writing 394. This is Professor Anderson with an introduction to week 5. This is officially the falling side of the course. We finished halfway and we're heading, headstrong and full speed ahead into the final portions of the course. So this week, you work on figuring out how to organize the primary research for your final paper. And that final paper is a little bit of a combination of all 3 of the previous papers. On the one hand, you identify a problem, and that's really what writing assignment number 1 was looking at your office space, your workplace, your home environment, your neighborhood, and identifying an issue, a problem where communication and or efforts aren't necessarily meeting the ends that they intended to. And so then the second paper, writing assignment number 2, that everyone submitted their final drafts to, or their final copies to yesterday, writing assignment number 2 delves into one of those issues a little further, looking at some secondary research to say this problem has been noticed in other environments. So writing assignment number 3, which we begin this week, and it was introduced in week 4, but we really submit our rough draft this week. Writing assignment number 3 is that memo to a decision maker. And when you think about it in the big picture, you've identified a problem, you've researched it. Now you're going to write a memo to a decision maker, someone in authority within the workplace environment or the neighborhood, through whom you could gain permission to conduct primary research. Because remember, the secondary research is not your ideas. They belong to someone else or many other individuals. And they really paint a broad brushstroke of the problem in general and how it's manifest in a host of ways. The primary research targets your very specifically identified area and or agenda. So if you're talking about your workspace, and let's say like a liberal leave policy within your workplace. Liberal leave policies exist all over the country in a host of different types of industries and companies. But your company has a different type of liberal leave than any other, more than likely. And then the individuals within your workplace have a different understanding of or application of utilizing that liberal leave policy. So when you conduct primary research into your specific company, you are gaining insight into how that broad problem specifically affects your company or industry. But before you do that, because you don't own the company, you have to gain permission to do that. And that's what the memo to a decision maker is. And remember, the memo is discussed and introduced in week 4. And I'm pulling this up right now. It's in week 4. Here it is, the memo to a decision maker. And it gives you all of the outlines of how to create this memo. You want to make certain that you go to, sorry, my computer just seems to be slower and slower these days, the assignments folder. Go to that, or the assignments tab, and use the assignment folder here to upload your rough draft and then your final draft the week before. So if you'll notice, inside of the content, you saw that the rough draft for writing assignment number 3 was introduced in week 4, but it's not due till the end of week 5. And I just wanted to draw your attention to that. So don't feel overwhelmed. I'm sharing with you where you can find the information for the memo to a decision maker. And that is your task for this week. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you're crafting these and putting them together. It's a very quick write. So it will really test your need to write very clearly, very concretely, and very concisely. So it's really putting those 3 C's together in this writing assignment number 3.